Shalom, Havadim. Shalom. I hope all of you in the Mishpachah are having a great day. It's Sunday. I am at home. I am chilling in my moo um, so if you go back, I want to say maybe last year, I was doing this segment called Shabbat Chill and Chat. And sometimes I would show up in my moo. If you don't know what a moo is, just Google it or ask your mama about it. She knows what it is. But it's basically, it's just a long dress or a long, it's a dress, but I just wear it as a gown around the house. It's nice and flowy, very comfortable. But yeah, so I'm just in my apartment and I just wanted to bring to you a continuation of the compelling of it all, the compelling by Yahweh of it all. We started with the invitation. You know, Yeshua was invited. This is just a recap. He was invited by I believe a fellow Pharisee. It wasn't Yeshua's fellow Pharisee, but he was invited by one of the Pharisees or a ruler of the Pharisees to their home for Shabbat. And he noticed all of these things happening, so he would question them, and they had no answer for him. One of the questions he presented to them, because someone that was lame and sick was there and no one was helping him, and Yeshua said, so because it's Shabbat, you don't want to help him? And again, I'm paraphrasing, I'm good for that. Um, and like Tiffany, I have to remember to look at this little circle because I'm looking at myself, realizing that you guys, I know you don't care, but still. But back to the parable he gave. I'm sorry, back to the visit when he was invited to one of the ruler of the Pharisees' homes, and he noticed these things happening that were just really out of order, which meant that when he was there, what Yeshua, oh, if you guys see that in the background, you see I've been having a washing from the Ruach pretty much all afternoon, watching some past live streams, and it's been awesome. So that's caregiver. Oh, she is talking, but I have her muted so I could talk to you guys. So anyway, y'all can say hi to her. Bye, caregiver. But what Yeshua was noticing when he was at this religious person's home, and he accepted the invitation and went. What he observed was that they were so bent on honoring these societal, um, society-driven religious, this society-driven religious order of things, that nothing there was spiritual. He saw with his own eyes, which he already knew. But I believe it's in the word for us because Yeshua was human and he went through a lot and he observed a lot, but he wanted us to see. I already know these things, but I'm here to be a witness so that you all can know that this is what is going on. So for us today, when we read this, to me, it's just a trip that he observed, which he already knew, that society, religious order of things had nothing to do with the Pharisees or the ruler of this house. I feel like there's a glare on my glasses, so I might squint a little bit, but I might put these back on when I get into the word. But he noticed that this order was completely off track. It had nothing to do with Yahweh. It had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with the Ruach. It was all about where someone felt their place in society because I'm with the Pharisees and this is how we've always done it. No, we're not going to help this person that's sick. It's Shabbat, heaven forbid. And who are you to even ask us that? So I can just imagine they're looking at him like, what? Why are you even asking? You came into my home and you accepted the invitation. Why would you ask me this? This isn't how we do it. So instead of Yeshua saying, oh, this is so wrong, but he gave them something to think about that they couldn't refute. And thus he began his parable and talked about the master and the unnamed servant. Now, what brought that about was when Yeshua was in the house, he noticed that there were lots of people, or maybe let me go back. I don't want to say lots of people. There were people that were invited that their seating assignments were really off. it didn't seem as though anyone was sitting in a humble position according to how you would be invited, and you would sit as far as the host would want you to sit. People were coming in, and I'm just gathering that he was observing that they were just sitting anywhere they wanted to. And because, again, this was a society, religious order of things in this home, that everyone was trying to sit towards the head of the table, which was the ruler of the Pharisees' seat. And so he observed this. And again, we know that walking with Yahweh, we don't have anything to do with the seating assignment or the seating arrangement, or where he places some people according to his will and according to the maturity, the spiritual maturity level of some people in the Mishpahah, the Kodesh ones that are more mature, that he sets at a certain position at his table so that everyone else will esteem that person. But it is not up to us. It's Yeshua. It's Yahweh. It's the Ruach working in that situation. So what he was observing was people were sitting there. And so he asked them, if you're invited to a wedding feast, do you just go and sit at a high position, or more towards the wedding party, gets close to the wedding party, not knowing if there's someone more distinguished or someone more mature in the word that needs to sit towards that particular spot, or at that particular distinguished spot, to be more esteemed by the host of the party? Does that not happen? Wouldn't you want to come in and humble yourself and sit in a lowly position and have the host of the party tell you to come here, come sit up here a little higher towards us so that you can be esteemed? Yeshua goes on further to say that the ones that are lowly and present themselves in a humble position will come up higher and be esteemed. And those that come in without waiting on the Father, assuming that this is where they need to be, and they just sit themselves or try to take the kingdom by force. Remember, that was good. Alan was good for saying that. I loved that. They will be lowered and they will be humbled. All those humbled will be exalted, and those exalted will be humbled. We in the body, we have to be careful. The compelling of it all, that goes back to Yahweh. He does that. We accept the invitation. We go to this wonderful, wonderful banquet. We eat of the food. But are we letting Yahweh and Yeshua and the Ruach HaKodesh properly seat us in the particular seating assignment that we're supposed to be? Or do we feel like, because, I've been walking with Yahweh this long, before I came into the truth about the truth, I was going to church, and I was a Christian for 50 years, so I've studied all this, and this is all new to me, but really, the Father knows I love him. I know what I know. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to come in the chat, and I'm going to watch Caregiver. But if I have something to say, if I have a revelation that I need to say, or if I want to bring out this scripture to refute or be combative, maybe that's not what they feel they're being, then I'm going to do that, because I want people to know that although in the word, the Father is not a respecter of persons, I still want to be heard. We can't force our way. I just want to give you all a witness, and I think I've given this witness before about myself. When I was in these churches, I just wanted to know him. I had been, in a cult most of my life, and until I just couldn't take it anymore, and I left when I was 16. But even then, I remember as a teenager, I would join churches And just because I just wanted to see, I wanted something different. Really, what I was doing was searching and really pining for him, pining for the truth. But every time I would do this, even in my adulthood, my adult life, when I would join a church, I would immediately just be like, oh, I just want to sit in the back. I don't want to be really seen. I don't really want to be heard. If I have a question, I'll ask a question. Knowing me, though, even though I love to talk, but when it comes to things, when I really want to get the information and dive in, I am quiet. Unless I have a question, I'll ask a question, and then knowing me, and my ex-husband used to say this all the time, he would say, oh, just, raise your hand or ask a question. And I would say, no, I'm going to wait till the end, and I'm going to go talk to the pastor or the minister or the first lady, whatever. I hate those titles, but I'll talk to them after the service. But then as soon as, and I don't know how this would happen, as soon as someone would find out that I knew just a little bit about the word, or they would see me, another example, they would see me maybe interacting with my son or just anything, and they would want to immediately put me in this other type of ministry. Oh, we're going to put you over there because that's where we think that you'll be good at. Oh, you can sing. Oh, you like to sing. And usually my husband, because that's how husbands are, my ex-husband was like, oh, my wife can sing. She can sing really good. So they'd be like, oh, well, we'll see you at choir practice. Choir practice is every Wednesday night. You're going to get in the choir. Nothing in me, nothing in my Ruach wanted to be a part of this church's choir. But I just did it because I felt at the time, oh, this must be where God wants me to be because they want me to sing in the choir. But the inner being of me, my Ruach, I wanted to sit and learn and get to know him. And back then I didn't understand that I could do that on my own. I felt like I needed church. But that again is the society religious arrangement of it all by that church that I was in. I felt that it was God working, even though in me I didn't feel that way, because the Ruach wasn't there. And they were putting me and seating me in a place that they felt I should be. You see? But all of that had to be, all of that brings me to where I am today, which lets me know that the position I am in today, coming to you, and I might stumble over my words. I'm just me. And that's one thing that I love about doing this on YouTube, although YouTube gets on my nerves. But I love the fact that I can come to you all and we can study and we can edify each other with the word and the Father, because I am humble enough to bring it back to him and to esteem him. He exalts me, but not Vanessa. He exalts the inner me because it's the Ruach swirling around in there, wanting me to get it and to get closer and closer and closer and bring it to you. And he is bringing these messages and teaching. And that is also all a part of the compelling of it all. It starts with the invitation. And then once you come in the house of the master and you see the banquet, you wait for him to seat you. You might be on the far end of the table. You might be closer to the master. You might be put in a position where he wants you to assist and shepherd people. Take people in. Take the new ones in when they come in. And I want you to assign them their seating assignment. I'm giving that over to you. I'm giving that to you. That will be part of my ministry, which I'm setting to you as your ministry. But do we try to take it by force and come in and just say, okay, now, Yeshua, thank you for inviting me. This is what I'm going to do because I feel like I need to be about your business and this is what's going to happen. No, not at all. That's not showing a humbleness. And that's what Caregiver talked about this morning in the live stream, is the humbleness of it all. He exalts the humble. He exalts the humble, and we want to be sure that whenever we take an invitation, especially the one that counts from Yahweh, that we are waiting on him, kawa, waiting on him. You know, that we are compelled and filled with that pining desire to wait on him. And even if he puts you at a position where you feel like you're there for years and you're just not moving, take that to Yahweh, take that to him. He loves hearing from us. It doesn't matter what it is. He loves to hear from us. And so we want to wait on our seating assignment. We want to just be grateful that we are at the table. Amen. Thank you, Abba, just for allowing us to come through the door and sit at the table. And one day we will all be together in the Shamayim at this huge table, this banquet of all of us together in the Shamayim with Yahweh, with Yeshua, seeing his face, just being exalted and praising and esteeming him forever till eternity, because that's what matters. I hope that this has been a special Betaha blessing for all of you. It will be ongoing. I'm still working on some other things. I just really wanted to get that point across, that a seating assignment where Yahweh wants you to be, period, for a time such as this, is his business. It's really not your business. You just be grateful that you're invited to the table. Another thing I wanted to bring out is I've been seeing too that people have been commenting. I haven't got asked this yet, which I'm glad, because I hate dealing with political stuff. But, you know, a lot is going on in the world today. It's not coincidence or circumstance, because those words are not kosher and they're not of Yahweh at all, that Trump is, you know, they're trying to impeach Trump, and that Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister in Israel, at the same time is being indicted. It's just so crazy. But check this out. This is what we as followers of Yahweh have to remember. All of that stuff, whoever Yahweh puts in power, that's his business. And he knows what he's doing. So trust that whoever he puts in the seating assignment at that time, for a time such as this, they are supposed to be there. Regardless if we understand it or not. Regardless if we agree with it or not. Regardless if they stay there for a time such as this or not. Yahweh has it under control, and we thank him and we trust them. We trust him and we trust them, him, Yeshua, and the Ruach HaKodesh, to do what they do. And we just pray. We just keep praying until we are out of here. But just know that there's no need to get nervous or anxious or speculate. Just know that the Father is working. He's always in the driver's seat. And he puts everyone in particular situations and particular order of things according to his will. And we just thank him. We thank him. So let's end this by bending our hearts. Oh, Abba Yahweh, thank you so much for a time such as this. I just thank you for using me and allowing me to reach the hearts of all those that you have invited to sit at your table. And even if it's just one, I know there's more than one, Yahweh, because you are so good. You have done so many things with this ministry, which is your ministry, with Caregiver, with Alan, Tiffany, all those, Parable of the Vineyard. Thank you so much just for allowing Adam to draw closer to you, and for all of us to continue to use your name and say your name and walk in your name and feel the blessing, the beraha that you provide from that. Yahweh, we love you and we thank you for today, our daily bread. And we look forward to everything that you're going to do moment by moment until we are out of here. In the mighty name of Yeshua, the name you gave him, the name above all names, Yahweh. Yahweh, our Elohim. Yahweh, Ehad. Amen. Shalom until the next one.